There's a statement that we oftentimes throw around quite loosely, right? And it is the notion that time heals all wounds. And I guess for a long while, I couldn't really bring myself to accept that statement. And the reason for that is that I grew up around a lot of people, right? A lot of people who are of an older age, their late 40s, their 50s or 60s, so on and so forth. And these people have had experiences which have happened to them at a very early age, their adolescence, teens, 20s. And even though these experiences have happened to them at an early age, they still carry the residue. They still carry the mental scars of the things that have happened to them, right? So all the trauma, all the hurt, all the pain, all the anger, all the negative emotions which are a result of the things that have happened to them, they still carry these scars and these things around with them, even though a significant amount of time has flown by. And so if time was the only constant and the only thing which healed all our wounds, wouldn't these people be free of all the things that burdened them? Wouldn't these people be free of all the mental pain and all the trauma and all the hurt? Right? And so when you really think about that, you begin to realize that time by itself cannot heal all wounds. Time by itself does not heal all wounds. We're the ones with the power to heal our wounds. We are the ones with the power to heal ourselves. I think the first and the most important step in healing our wounds is to first admit that we're hurt. I think the world is filled with a lot of people who suppress, who deny, who repress, who, deny the fact that they're hurt. Right? And how can you heal something if you are yet to acknowledge it? How can you heal something if you continuously deny it? It's like you have a big open wound in your chest, right? A wound in your chest. And visually you look down. You look down at your chest and visually you see that the wound is there. But even though you see that the wound is there, mentally you have not brought yourself to accept the fact that you're wounded, right? You can see it with your eyes, but you have yet to accept it. And so the wound, every passing day that goes by, the wound becomes more and more infected every single passing day. And this is what happens when we fail to accept the fact that we're hurt, right? When we fail to accept the fact that we're in pain. Our mental wounds, our mental scars, our emotional pain, it grows stronger every single day. And so unless you face the things that you're running away from, you will never truly find the freedom and the peace that you're looking for. Until you face the things that are haunting you, then you will never truly heal. A lot of us believe that the fact that we're hurt and we're in pain or we're, suffering from the residue of things that have happened to us, it means that we're broken. And it doesn't mean that you're broken at all. It means that you're human. I think most people in this world, whether or not they choose to admit it or not, most of us are sort of, suffering from the residue of things that have happened to us. I'm not going to say it's everyone because I don't know everyone in this world, but I'm sure 99.99% of people, they have something that haunts them to this day, right? So if you were to say someone is broken for having something that haunts them, then you will be saying everyone in this world is broken. And that's not true. Your pain, your emotional scars, they don't make you broken. They make you human, right? They absolutely make you human, and nothing is wrong with you at all. But unless you face the things that you're running away from, unless you face yourself, then how can you bring yourself to receive the healing that you desire? How can you? Right? Anthony DeMello has this statement where he says that whenever we deny or renunciate the things that affect us, they sort of seep down to the surface. They go down to the surface. and unconsciously they control every aspect of our life and of our well-being, right? But the moment we sort of bring ourselves to face the things that we're running away from, the moment we bring ourselves to face the mental scars and all the traumas and all the pain that we're running away from, then what happens is that all of that floats up to the surface. And when it floats up to the surface, it can then evaporate. And that's the power of facing the things that you're running away from. Whenever you deny something, it only persists, right? Whenever you suppress something, it only persists, because whatever you resist persists. And so how can you heal what you have yet to acknowledge? You can't. You have to face yourself. You have to face the parts of you that you're running away from, right? If you don't, you never truly receive the healing that you're seeking. And you don't want to go through life carrying all that pain. You don't want to go through life carrying all that trauma. Because most people, believe it or not, right? Most people come into this world, and we come into this world with a sense of freedom and peace and happiness. And we leave the world broken. We leave the world hurt. Right? There's no point in coming into this world as free and leaving in prison. Right? There's no point in coming into this world with joy and leaving with pain. Right? You have to face the things that you're running away from. I think the second step in truly healing is forgiveness, right? And I remember making a video a while back, a couple months ago. And in this video, I said that forgiveness is the only way to heal, right? And I guess since I've made that video, I'm beginning to truly understand what forgiveness really means. And what I realize is that before forgiveness can become an emotional decision, it has to first be a mental decision. It has to be a choice that we make mentally. And I think a lot of times we allow ourselves to sort of align with the negative thoughts and the negative perspectives of the things that have happened to us, right? And what I mean by that is that we allow ourselves to continuously align with the thoughts of negativity, thoughts of anger, the thoughts of resentment, of hatred, towards ourselves and people that have wronged us in the past. Or we even sort of allow ourselves to always be stuck on a negative aspect of the things that have happened to us, right? We're always aligning with negativity to the point where these negative thoughts become an aspect of our overall being, right? Our state of being becomes negative simply because of the thoughts that we choose to accept. And I think the thing that we need to realize is that we're not really our thoughts at all. We're not our thoughts. We are what we think of our thoughts. And so if you believe those negative thoughts that roam around in your mind, they are you, then they will be you. They will be your reality. Right? But to truly change and to truly heal and to be in a state of forgiveness, you have to allow yourself to choose to align with better thoughts. Right? We don't realize this, but our thoughts are the things that are creating our emotions. They are. Emotions are simply the effect of the thoughts that we choose to align with. So our thoughts create our emotions, right? And then our emotions then lead to more thoughts which align with those emotions. So we're creating our overall state of being without even realizing it, all because we're choosing to embody negative thoughts. But when you attack the cause, right? When you say to yourself, I'm going to choose to align myself with positive thoughts, I'm going to choose to replace the negative thoughts that I've been aligning with positive thoughts, then you begin to sort of, make a different choice, and you begin to align yourself with a different state of being. But as long as you keep choosing those thoughts, then you will continuously stay in that cycle of negativity, and you keep holding on to the things of your past, right? In order for us to change it means that we need to choose different thoughts, and there's no way around it. We have to choose differently. And I think oftentimes we underestimate the power that we have and the power that we have to choose. Right? We have a choice. We can make a choice. You might not be able to directly control your emotions, right? But you can control the thoughts that you allow yourself to accept. And believe it or not, right? Forgiveness isn't even about the other person. Forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is not about the person that has wronged you, or, the person of your past or whatever. Forgiveness is solely for you. First and foremost, it's for you, right? It's about allowing yourself to be free of the things that burden you. Forgiveness can benefit someone else, and that's merely is a secondary byproduct of forgiveness. But forgiveness is for you. It's about allowing yourself to leave this space of negativity and to enter a more positive state. You don't want to be carrying all that burden for the rest of your life. You sitting down and expecting, time to change, the things that you have not made a choice to change or made a chance to change, then you're going to be stuck in that same mental space forever. It all starts with you. You have to bring yourself to accept the things that you're running away from. You have to bring yourself to choose different thoughts and choose a different perspective as it pertains to the things that affect you. You have to. It starts with you. Right? The third step in healing and the third step in allowing yourself to be free of the things that burden you is patience. And this is where time comes in, which is why I think people might say time heals all wounds, right? But like I said before, time by itself doesn't heal our wounds. But at the same time, once you've made the decision to heal, once you've made the decision to face the things that you've been running away from, once you've made the decision to forgive, right? Forgive yourself and forgive the people who have wronged you, right? Then you also have to be patient. Growth rarely happens overnight. I want to say growth never happens overnight or healing never happens overnight, but that's too black and white, right? And it might not be true, because there might be instances of people who have healed overnight, but for most of us, growth and time takes time, right? Patience is a virtue. If you're on a healing journey, right, and if you're on a path in which you want to become better mentally and emotionally, you also have to be patient with yourself. You can't force yourself to feel differently. You cannot force yourself to change. It's about giving yourself the same grace and the same compassion that you would a friend. It's about treating yourself like a friend and being patient with yourself. A lot of us are so, we're so stuck on trying to be somewhere other than where we are. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to sort of want to be different or want to grow or whatever. But at the same time, it's also important for us to sort of appreciate and give ourselves love where we are right now in this moment, and give ourselves the patience and the grace to grow. Right? You have to treat yourself differently. It's not about forcing yourself to change. It's about enjoying the journey and enjoying the journey of your growth and of your healing. That is what it is about. Right? Healing and growth and whatever, it's not a destination, it's a journey. And it's something that we embark on every single day. Right? But patience is very, 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 very important. It really is. So I'll say all this to say, and I don't want to make this an extremely long video, but in order for us to heal, we must first bring ourselves to face the things that we're running away from. If we're sitting down and if we're expecting time to magically heal all our wounds, right? We're going to be waiting forever. Right? It's all about a choice that you have to make. And healing is a choice. Or should I say, healing starts with a choice. You can choose to face the things that you're running away from, even though it's uncomfortable. You can. You can choose to be in a mindset of forgiveness and allowing yourself to look at the things that have happened to you in a new perspective, in a new light. You can choose to be patient with yourself. These things are choices that we can make. But unless we make these choices, then we'll never truly heal. Right? We'll never truly heal. Look around you. There are a lot of people who are of an older age who still carry all the trauma that have happened to them years prior to where they are right now. So time by itself is never going to change you. Time by itself is never going to heal you. It's a choice that you have to make every single day. Every single day you have to choose to heal, and you have to choose to be better. Right? You have to make that choice, and no one can make that choice for you. But if you want happiness, if you want peace, if you want joy, if you want freedom, it begins with you. And until you realize that it starts with you, then you're going to continue to look outside of you for that healing. And you're going to continue to perpetuate that cycle of suffering internally. And you don't want to do that. You want to live. Living and being alive are two different things. And most of us are not truly living. We're simply being alive. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here with me once again. And I hope you take the time to reflect on what I said in this video. Time does not heal all wounds by itself. You can heal your wounds. You're the one with the power. And until you take that power back, until you choose to embark on that healing journey, then you will never truly heal. Peace and blessings.